Okay, I'm home now. But as I'm coming in the driveway, guess what I see here? Another clue. So, to understand the clue, you need to understand the subliminal message of what's there, that G. Okay, that G represents spirit. My ex used to play on a team called the Spirit G's. Literally, like the G, the letter G. That's what they called it. The G with an apostrophe S. Spirit G's. So because they played on a team called the Spirit G's, the letter G represents spirit. So, her playing on the team Spirit, or Spirit G's, means spirit ear. Turn out spirit ear. Turn out spirit ear. Fire and rescue. This is fire and rescue. Okay. Helping own heroes. Helping own heroes. So, I'm going to explain what I'm doing. The reason I run with my voice and your mother's voice to AC/DC is because my voice and her voice has to purify all the evil electricity in the brain at the quantum subatomic level. Because when you guys are watching those videos that you're not supposed to be watching, you know, okay, when you watch those and you hear those guys and girls on there, those sound waves that enter your ear, they come from evil spirits. So the sound waves, when it enters your ear, it clouds your mind with evil spirit electromagnetic energy, because that sound wave enters the ear, where it then turns into electrical signal, which enters the brain and infects your brain at the atomic level, with evil electricity of those particular voices, or everything that's being said on there. That's not allowed in creation. You can't say bad stuff like that. And you can't be doing bad stuff like that. You can't hear those voices, because it's the female voice and the male voice that binds each other's souls. That sound that they make, that's what binds people's souls together. So it's an act reserved for pure, good, kind, loving people who make love. And only when you're 100% pure and, you know, physically fit can you bind your soul to your soulmate by making love and making those sounds. You don't know that though, but you know now. So by listening to those sounds while watching those videos, you're infecting yourself with sin. So what I'm trying to do by listening to her voice and my voice is get rid of that sin that's in my brain from, you know, years of watching those videos. So by listening to her voice and my voice, it's like I'm trying to scrub the female side of creation and the male side of creation in my brain of all those voices over the years of watching those videos. That's why I'm running with her voice and my voice. While at the same time, the AC/DC adds a layer of, it allows me to scrub all the quantum subatomic universes located in our spinal cord in the brain, the lungs, the heart, the stomach, the liver, the bladder, intestines, and sex organs. Those 8 single atoms in my spinal cord, I'm purifying those at the same time. It's those frequencies. Like when you're when you need to fly to a parallel universe, it's like a radio. You turn the dial on the radio and you tune into a particular station. It's no different. If you want to go to a universe in the brain, you would tune the radio station in your UFO to that frequency, and you would fly up to that universe simply by its frequency. So the AC/DC, all that music, there's a particular frequency that grandfather wants me to listen to purify all those universes in my body. So it's like I'm tuning into, you know, the brain universe frequency, and I'm tuning into the lung heart frequency. I'm tuning into the heart frequency. I'm tuning into the stomach frequency. I'm tuning into the liver frequency. I'm tuning into the bladder frequency, intestine frequency, and sex organ frequency, all at the same time while listening to AC/DC. So it's a multi-pronged approach to purification. I'm listening to the grandmother or grandfather who created the AC/DC music, while listening to the mother of all creation's voice, while listening to my voice, to basically trump all those other voices that I've listened to over the years. I'm basically scrubbing my mind pure of that evil sound sin that's in my brain from watching those videos over all these years. That's why I'm running down the road listening to that sound. But in order to do that, I got to create that video. So like I said, I have to put her on the screen, listen to her talk, while I have a screen recorder here listening to me talk, while I'm mirroring what she's saying, while listening to AC/DC on this phone. So I'm trying to record everything at once, so that I can, run down the road with that, with the cellular signal, which is me, radio wave, penetrating my heart as I'm running. The cell signal from that tower over there, it's floating through the air to broadcast the YouTube channel to me. And boom, it hits my heart as I'm running. Boom, it hits it. And because I'm running in an electromagnetic field, on one side of that road, there's power lines on this side. So I'm running through an electromagnetic field there. And on the other side, there's three-phase power. I'm running down that way. So it's like I'm running down a field of electromagnetic energy. Well, that wave of radio wave was coming into me. So it's like I'm recharging my batteries, scrubbing myself of sin by doing that run. Also, I can get rid of those spirit ears, like all that evil electricity in there. I'm turning out the spirit ear. That's why I'm doing it. So I thought you guys might get a better grasp of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing it for you guys, so we can, save creation by getting the universe back into our control through the electromagnetic waves of gravity or dark matter, dark energy, which will allow us to travel through space just like those spaceships I showed you. Because once the universe is electrified, every hydrogen atom in the universe becomes electrified. And then we can, fly around those spaceships. So that's my plan. That's why I went with that. I'm doing it for you guys, but I'm also doing it for myself because, I don't like being, carrying sin around. And when I tell you I'm Earth's only angel, I am. You don't know what took place here. You read stuff, you hear stuff on the street, but you don't know that I've done the purification process. I may have done, things that you may not agree with, don't like. Well, too bad. I'm the father of all creation. I don't care what you think, man. I did it to save your life, and one day you'll understand that. Until then, you need to know that you may be walking around all self-righteous and stuff, but you're carrying sin at every atom in your body, whereas I am not. Everything that I've ever done over my life is gone. Everything is out of my body. So don't, point your finger at me and say this or that because you don't agree with what I did to save you. Because I'm Earth's only angel.